Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Encrypted and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the new update 1.13 that they just brought out to Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So, I normally don't do update videos like this. I've never actually done one before, so this will be my first one. I figured now that I'm trying to do, gaming on YouTube for real, it would make sense to go over the updates. So, hopefully you guys do enjoy it. If it does teach you anything or help you out in any way, please feel free to leave a like. Let me know below in the comments. And also subscribe if you guys are new. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about in the update is probably the touchiest subject. And the only reason I'm going over this now is because it's the first thing you see whenever you click on the game, and it's not that big of an update feature, but I just figured I'll get it out of the way now, and that is the marketplace update. Basically, for those of you who don't know, in Minecraft there is a marketplace. You can actually buy in-game cosmetic items. As far as I know, it's only cosmetic. But I don't normally mess with the marketplace, okay? Like, personally, I don't really buy anything from there. I never even go into it. But for this video, I did go and research a little bit about it and learn more and more about the whole thing. And I gotta say, it's not a horrible update. I think it's a cool little thing. Basically, what they did to the marketplace is they basically added a way you can buy accessories to your character. For example, you can buy changes to your arm, changes to your leg. You can even buy capes, and I think that's pretty cool. The prices aren't absurdly expensive. I think it's like $2 or so for to change your arm. Some people would say that's wild. Some people would not care. I don't really care. I'm not gonna buy it. So, but yeah, it does look cool though. So if you guys are into it, go for it. That's up to you though. That is the first thing in the update. Figured I'd just get out of the way now. The part that you guys want to see is probably why you're here, and that is going to be the new survival and creative features they added, which are actually pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I normally don't pay much attention to Minecraft updates, but this one, I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked. So first things first, let's go over the little things they added though for survival mode and creative, I guess. And that is the new mobs. They added 2 new mobs as far as I know. They added a change to the mushrooms, and they finally added foxes, which hopefully you're seeing in this gameplay right here. They added the foxes, which have been in Java Edition for quite some time now, as far as I know, and I think it was actually a voted item back in 2018 at Minecon. And the fact that they're just now coming to the game is a little absurd in my opinion. I know, shouldn't be giving my opinion, but I mean, come on, it's a fox. You really can't add that. But it is here though. It's finally here. Whatever. It doesn't really have a function, so I guess I don't know. I guess it's whatever. It doesn't really do anything. If you do throw an item down, it can pick it up in its mouth. What does that do? It does nothing. But why not? If you like giving your fox items, you want to hold on to something for you. There you go. So the foxes are in the game, and you can actually breed them if you give them sweet berry bushes, flowers, whatever they are. You can breed 2 of them, and they'll make a baby fox. So there you go. They're in the game now. And on to the mushrooms that I talked about. This is actually pretty cool. So for those of you who don't know, there used to only be one kind of mushroom. That was a red mushroom. And they live on those, mushroom islands, whatever. But in today's update, they actually added a new kind of mushroom, and it's the brown mushroom. And this one's pretty different from the red one, and not just because of its color. So basically, the way it works is the red mushrooms technically are still the only mushroom you're going to find in the wild, or it should be the only one you'll find in the wild. The catch is if you somehow manage to get the red mushroom to get struck by lightning, it's going to turn into a brown mushroom. And you're probably thinking, that's a lot of work. What the hell? What is it even going to do? Well, that's the cool thing. If you give a brown mushroom a flower, and I don't know the specifics of it yet, I haven't tested it really, but if you give it a flower, it looks like it eats it, and it does, but nothing else really happens. But if you get a bowl and you make mushroom stew with the brown mushroom after you feed it any kind of flower, it's going to give you a strange kind of stew, and if you eat that, it's going to give you some kind of random effect. Now, as far as I know, I think there are good and bad effects. I probably tested it by now in this video, and you'll see right now what kind of effect I get, hopefully. But yeah, I think there's good and bad effects. I haven't tested it yet, so I'll look more into that in the future, hopefully, or we can find out more on YouTube and stuff. But yeah, that's a cool little thing, and it adds a little diversity to the mushrooms. Not a bad update. Alright, so on to the bigger updates. The next two things I'm going to talk about are the biggest things, in my opinion, to this update. And we're going to talk about the survival one first. There's a survival update and a creative update little thing. And I'm going to talk about the survival one. So basically, for those of you who didn't know, in Java Edition, the Wither is, just like it is in Bedrock Edition. It's one of the hardest bosses in the game. But on Java Edition, you can actually obtain an item called a Wither Rose from, fighting the Wither. And you can actually do that in this version now as well, in Bedrock Edition. With this update, they introduced the Wither Rose. And what does the Wither Rose even do, right? You put it down, you put it on soul sand. If you stand on it or touch it, kind of like a sweet berry bush, you're going to take a little bit of damage, and you're also going to get withered. So it can kill you, so you got to be careful with that. But as far as I know, as long as nothing's changed, you should be able to make like wither tipped arrows or like wither poisons and things like that with the Wither Rose, which is awesome. That's actually kind of a big thing. The wither effect is a very powerful effect in the game, if not the most powerful effect. So now that you're able to kind of, harness that power and use it for your own, means in survival, it's kind of a big deal. Now, how do you get the Wither Rose? Pretty simple, actually. All you gotta do, spawn in the Wither, have it kill something. There you go, Wither Roses. It's really easy. I'm probably showing you in this gameplay right now. Like I said, all you gotta do, spawn in the Wither and have it kill something. And it'll usually target anything that moves. It just wants anything dead that it can find. Let's say you spawn in like a cow or a pig or a horse or something. If it sees it, it's gonna shoot it, blows it up, and there you go, Wither Rose. It'll drop it. And you can collect these every time you fight the Wither, just have it kill tons of stuff, pick up the Wither Roses, and there you go. It's kind of like the Ender Dragon in that, the sense of how you can collect Dragon's Breath from the, Ender Dragon. It's kind of like that, Now whenever the Wither spawns, you can collect Wither Roses and use that to your power. So I think that's a really cool thing. I've been waiting for this for a while, so I'm glad they added that. And now for the big creative update. This is a very interesting one, and it's interesting because it's actually not in Java Edition. This is a Bedrock exclusive as of right now, which it probably will be in Java at some point. God, I'd hope. It's actually a pretty good update for a creative player. Basically, what this thing does, they added light bulbs, okay? That's what this is. It's a light bulb, and it does exactly what a normal light bulb would do. It lights up an area. And you're probably thinking, okay, that's cool, but why is this a big deal? I mean, we have glowstone, we have torches. I don't understand. Well, the light bulb is very different from the torches and the glowstone. And the reason for that is it takes up 0 space. It's not actually a normal block. It's like a fake block in a way. Like, it's actually a block technically, but you're never going to see it, and you can walk right through it. You just put it down on the ground anywhere, wherever you want. You can put it in a cave, you can put it in a dark room. You just put it down, and it's as if it's nothing. It's as if nothing's there. It's kind of like you're using a night vision potion. And like I said, this is only for creative, so you can't actually do this in survival. There's no way, as far as I know, to get a light bulb in survival. It'd be kind of broken if you could, in a way. I mean, you literally walk right through it. So, but yeah, this is a creative only thing, and I think it's a pretty cool thing because creative players, you never know when you're gonna, create some kind of map or create some kind of, course where you want to give people hints, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to you don't want to use torches or you don't want to use glowstone blocks and cover up areas. This little light bulb, it's a block, but it's not a real block. You phase right through it. It does its job just like a torch does, only nothing's there. I really like this little feature, so it's something cool. And you can actually, the way you use it, by the way, is there's different levels to it. It goes from level 1 all the way to level 15. Actually, it starts at level 0, but 0 doesn't have any light, so the way you get this is, I believe, you have to type it in the commands down where you text, and I believe it's /give at whatever your name is, and then you type in how many of the light bulbs you want, and then type in the level of the light bulb, which I probably didn't do a very good job of explaining that right there, but I have it on the screen right here, so just kind of copy whatever I wrote in the text box there, and just use your name instead of mine. So sorry about that. That's horrendous. I apologize. But anyways, you get the point. Light bulbs, they're in the game, creative only, pretty cool. Now, for the end of this video, I am going to go over the minor features. These are features that aren't really that big of a deal, but they are, they're minor. They're cool, they're nice to have, but they're not, like, game-changing or anything like that. So, first thing we're going to talk about is they actually added different, like, note block sounds. Again, I really don't mess around with this kind of stuff. I kind of just play the game normally. But, I've never really worked with note blocks before, but what I do know is they did add a few new sounds to these, and I might have them on the video right now, I don't know. If not, you can just go look them up. They're really not that big of a deal, but if you do like using note blocks, you like working with them, this is kind of a big deal to you, because they added like a bunch of new sounds to them. And I heard a few of them, actually. They're cool. They're nice, they're minor, And for the next little feature they added, they actually worked with item frames a little bit. For those of you who don't know, item frames, they're basically these little painting block things you can put on, any wall or anything like that. And you can put any kind of item in them and, move it around. And it's kind of a cool little item. It can basically tell you, like, if you're about to walk into a hall that has, like, a certain thing at the end of it. You can hint at players what item is there by putting it in the item frame, things like that. It's a cool little thing, and they actually updated even more. Now you can place them on the floor, and you can place them on the ceiling, which might sound kind of dumb or useless, but I think it's kind of cool because, like I said, let's say you're, like, walking down a hallway, and you can set up all these item frames, like, on, the left and the right side of the hall, and that way whenever you're walking down the middle of the hall, you can look on the right and the left side on the bottom of the floor and see, like, all these, like, tiles, going upwards with all these cool items in it. I think that's cool. And then, like I said, you can put it on the ceiling. Let's say, go back to the creative thing. You're trying to make a cool map with, like, secrets and stuff. Maybe you can hide an item frame above the ceiling where no one would think to look. If they look up, they get a hint. Something cool like that. It's not a big deal, but it's a cool little feature. And what I'm about to say is what I believe to be the last little minor feature they added in this update, the last update that I can think of in this update. And it's a very minor one, like I said, but it is cool to have. Basically, what they did is they went into, kind of like your text options or, text settings, and they gave you a little more options to work with. Now you can actually change the font of your text. You can change the colors of it, and you can even change the line spacing. And like I said, not a big deal, but it is a cool little thing. If you're playing with friends a lot and you don't have mics, you might get bored of looking at the same yellow text or white text, whatever it is, all the time. You can now change it. You can actually change it to, pink. You can change it to green. You can change it to blue. I think you could change it to red, probably, orange. Or you could change it back to white or yellow, whatever you want. I think that's a cool little thing they added. And like I said, they also added a way to change the font. As far as I know, I don't know how many fonts there are. I think there's only like 2, the main font and then like a different one they added. But I'm sure with time they'll probably add ways you can, maybe transfer fonts from your PC to your, game somehow, things like that. And also they made it so you can change the line spacing, which basically just, well, it does exactly what it says. It changes the space between each text bar. It's minor, but it's a cool thing, I'm probably going to play with it too, to be honest. It's a nice little thing. But as far as that goes with the updates, though, I think that just about wraps it up. If I did forget anything, though, please feel free to let me know in the comments below, because I could have forgotten something. Like I said, this is the first ever update video I've done on Minecraft, or any game for that matter. Well, actually, that's not true. I've done it before, but first time on Minecraft, though. Update 1.13. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the update, if you enjoyed the video, if it helped you out, if you learned anything. Please feel free to leave a like. Also, subscribe if you guys are new. I'm going to be making all kinds of new Minecraft videos here in the near future, and continuing still on my projects and stuff. So definitely subscribe if you guys are new. And with that being said, guys, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.